Exorcist, and welcome to the Lair of the Film Exorcist. Tonight we will be taking a look at Are You Really the Only One Who Likes Me? This show follows Jiro, a high school student who's in love with his childhood friend and the class president, but he reluctantly agrees to help them get with his best friend while he also finds out that one of the least attractive girls at his school is in love with him. Now on to my opinion. Personally, I'm very mixed on this show, especially since I had to take a month away from watching it just to understand what was going on, and also because I constantly had new anime that I wanted to watch for you guys. But who created this weird show? Why, it's Studio Connect, known for shows like Strike the Blood and Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. So let's see if the show is really as good as others say it is. Let me start by saying that they literally should have named this series Love Dodecahedron because of how many people are in love during the show. But let's start with the characters, who might just be some of the worst people I have ever seen in an anime to date. We'll start with the worst of them all, our main character, Jiro, who literally acts like he's supposed to be the good guy of the story, but he really isn't. I mean, from the start, he has his own ulterior motives for helping his friends, and he literally treats Pansy as if she's a huge nuisance, when all she wants to do is be with him, and she helps him in many ways. And honestly, all the guy thinks about is what he can get out of each situation, at least until the last few episodes where he does kind of show his humanity. But it doesn't really make up for anything else he did. Next, we have Pansy, who is madly in love with our protagonist despite how he treats her, and she turns out to be a lot hotter than she seems. But really, I like her the way she is, which is why I was so mad when I learned that when she was in middle school, she was constantly being pushed to date guys because of how cute she looked. I constantly felt sorry for Pansy during most of this show, and I only got worse when Hose joined the show, and we learned his secret, that he's a complete asshole. And then there's the student council president, Cosmos, and Himawari, Jiro's friend, who both try to use him to get together with Jiro's best friend, Sunchan, and then turn on him after he goes against Sunchan, who also tried to use him to get with Pansy, and then they fall for him later on. So yeah, these two really can't make up their minds when it comes to love, which makes me hate this series a lot. I mean, just saying that sentence, I'm surprised I didn't make any mistakes with how convoluted the idea is. This girl likes this guy, this girl likes the same guy, they then like this guy, and then they decide that guy wants this girl, and then it's just so convoluted, and it's just one huge fucking square or pentagon. And that's not even the worst part of this show. Next, we have the story, which is a lot worse than I thought. Like I said before, the show focuses way too much on the romance aspect by creating multiple romance plot lines that would constantly change the story for the worst. Like the two incidents where two different girls try to get Jiro to bring Pansy and Sunchan together, which kind of seemed like an overused idea, especially when it was perfectly resolved the first time. But I will say that I did love how the creators tried to turn the love bench into its own character by using it throughout the show, and it's also supposed to be a representation of the idea of the main character usually being asked out on a park bench in a lot of anime, which is really cool. But again, I wasn't really into the whole concept of our main character constantly being asked to help his friends with their stupid romance plans, but I will admit some of the ideas were pretty funny, like forcing the main character to talk for them while they try to come up with some of the weirdest responses, but that's about it. The rest just really felt stupid and overused. Really, the only person I wanted to find love in this story was Pansy, because she at least tried to help our main character despite how much of a jerk he is, and I feel this whole story should have just revolved around her, and her daily life, or how she dealt with her problems in the middle school. But now we have to watch Dating Sims, the anime. Yeah, that's another title I came up in my head because it's one big dating sim. Is this one gonna get with this one? What's that ending? Is this one gonna get with this one? Is that gonna have a good ending? Which one's the bad ending? It's just so stupid. So yeah, I found the show to be very messy, and I would have liked our main characters to at least have some kind of conscience or humanity, instead of always being for himself. I mean, yeah, he kind of found one near the end, but that's a bit too late. But then again, there were some gags that work, so I'm giving this at least a 3.5 out of 10. And I would only recommend this to anyone who's really into dating sims, or they're really into bad romantic comedies. Because, believe me, this is way up there. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next week.